You're playing on ultra hardcore, enjoying the first location, which is often also the last one you see, and then it hits you. Why not just go into the settings and change the difficulty? Such a simple solution. People have been carrying heavy loads for centuries until some genius invented wheels. And once you've got wheels, you don't care about the load anymore. Now you're stuck in traffic and wondering why no one has invented a teleport yet. While most people live and accept things as they are, some refuse to play by the conventional rules, changing their perspective, approach, and even the way things are done, like Alexander Karelin with his crab technique in Greco-Roman wrestling, or like Dick Fosbury in high jump, who was the first to change the jumping technique and win Olympic gold. To this day, all records are set using his technique, the technique of the flying thunder god. And it works. Almost everyone has the same tool, the brain. But many people's functionality is limited by fixed mindsets. Sports are for the gifted, science is for the smart, money is for the lucky, and the rest shouldn't even try. Why start if you think you have no chance? This is the essence of people, beliefs that block their full potential. What helps us to adapt, adjust, and navigate through difficult situations is using our creative abilities. Mental flexibility is the ability to break free from conventional patterns of thought and behavior, to think outside the box. In other words, unlock your mind and finally become a cyborg, multiplied for eternity. You shouldn't limit your possibilities. The point is, when people say that drawing is not for them, or that business is not their thing, these are beliefs that have become accepted as given. But this given isn't yours. It was imposed on you by your teachers, your environment, perhaps even your parents, based on their subjective views and experiences that have nothing to do with you. Why ask the opinion of incompetent people? As Uncle Jason used to say, if it's not proven, what is said. What might be a struggle for you could be routine for someone else. The difference is that nobody told that other guy that this game was unwinnable, that it was only for talented geniuses or Asians. He just showed up and started playing. People also often try obviously failing options just to prove to themselves that it won't work. Then they become the person who instills negative beliefs in others based on their own bitter experience. And in a way, he might be right because he tried. He pulled on that door with one hand, then with both. He called others and they all pulled together. He used a rope and even tried opening it with the car, but the door didn't budge. Meanwhile, another person just knocked and said, "Open up, bro," and they opened it. The door was the same for both. This is because mental flexibility isn't just about quickly finding new strategies and solutions for various tasks. It's primarily about letting go of old viewpoints and adopting new, more relevant ones. For this, we need to see life from all possible perspectives, not just from the few that are most convenient and familiar to us. As one enlightened person once said, if a creature as primitive as an ant can find its food, why is earning a living a problem for you? Or something along those lines. And as another equally enlightened person put it, there's nothing permanent except change. And since developing mental flexibility requires letting go of all principles and rules, making decisions based on the situation, and responding to every change in real time, you need to sense these changes, notice the details, and think without any rigid principles, planning nothing and simply feeling the situation, adapting to it. They say Napoleon thought this way, which is why he won so many battles. Many fundamental concepts have often been overturned by new ideas, like Albert Einstein's theory of relativity, which disproved Newton's classical physics and helped explain phenomena such as gravity and the curvature of space and time. Deadly diseases that were considered incurable not too long ago are now treated with a single pill. Slavery, inquisition, lobotomy were once seen as normal. If you look back at history, you can see a constant struggle between people who strive to progress and those who reject everything outside their understanding. But as we see, progress eventually prevails. You need to relax and try to understand the other person before imposing your opinion. If your opinion doesn't match someone else's, don't let your emotions take over. Acting on impulse can hinder mental flexibility. When we are driven by emotions and impulses, we usually don't make decisions based on rational considerations. So, you need to learn to curb your pride and avoid hasty conclusions and decisions. There's a reason they say, measure twice. One time doesn't count. Charles Darwin himself concluded that mental flexibility plays a crucial role in the evolutionary process. According to Darwin, the ability of living organisms to adapt to changing environments is a key mechanism ensuring their survival and development. He pointed out that mental flexibility, which allows people and animals to adjust to new conditions and change their behavior, is one of the most important traits that distinguish advanced organisms from simpler ones. A person with a fixed mindset can't even consider the possibility that something different from what they know, recognize, and are accustomed to might exist. Therefore, they can't be flexible. There is simply no room for it. In their mind, there is an artificially created, impenetrable wall that limits their ability to think. As a result, they follow predetermined patterns and established rules and can't improvise due to limited imagination or its complete absence, which of course is quite sad. Forget about the impossible and embrace all possibilities. If you let your imagination run free, it will help you unlock creativity, develop the ability to improvise, and ultimately achieve mental flexibility. Look for the new in the old. Seek new things within yourself and try to think in ways you've never thought before. Instead of just thinking, start inventing new things, new solutions, new approaches, new perspectives, new explanations. This way, your mind will have a broader field to operate in. It will have room to adapt and points to anchor to in situations where the familiar rules no longer apply, when you need to act according to the situation rather than following pre-made templates. Unoriginal minds with a weak imagination live by the dictates of the past and create a life that barely differs from what came before. When we only believe what we are told, we don't pay attention to our own thoughts and feelings, and we don't build our lives the way we want to. We need to learn to distinguish between genuine beliefs and those imposed on us, and make decisions based on our own experiences. True independence belongs to those whose lives are shaped by their own ideas, decisions, and actions. This was WaWatcher. See you next time. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to the channel.